Greetings, and today I will be showcasing you guys the SHUPPEEEE Northern Realms deck. So if this is your first time here, I like to make mostly Gwent content, so if that's your kind of thing, leave a like if you guys did enjoy this video and subscribe for more Gwent content. So for today's deck, as I mentioned, we do have the Northern Realms SHUPPEEEE. The thing with Shupe decks is, before I start actually, let me move my webcam over so you guys can see it. Move it here. So, the thing with Shupe decks is you can actually be very, well, creative, for a lack of a better word, in terms of how you want to make this deck. The way I've constructed this deck is that you will have a very strong round one, even if like you don't commit as much as you normally would on a Shupe deck. Because on Shupe decks you want to commit cards like Radia, Falibor, well, we're talking Northern Realms. Radia, Falibor, Mata, your Shupe, of course, your Artifact. You want to save those for the later round. So I've sort of constructed this in a way that the bronzes still sort of hold out on their own without any sort of help from the golds. To, last, if you get blue coin or red coin, doesn't really matter. You want to be able to maintain some sort of presence because you don't want to make it so that, oh, I just want to use useless cards so that I save my stronger ones for later. Because if you go first, it's going to be tough because you could find yourself in a situation where you play with a card down, and that's going to be tough with a deck like this. So of course, starting on top, and of course, just to let you guys know, Philippa is not on this deck. I have actually replaced Philippa with a Royal Decree. So it's for that consistency, so it's more likely that I get out the card that I need. Because right now, the only card that really thins... Oh, I guess you have Untitled that can also thin, but Mata. So... Of course, we have the Siege of here. The thing is, this artifact in particular works pretty well with Shupe decks. Because Siege engines are really good at sort of stopping Swarm decks. So you can sort of ping at the Insectoids or the Elves or the Crows from Skellige, and just be able to nullify their ability to control the field. So Siege is really good for that. Shupe's Day Off, of course, is there. I don't think Shupe has carryover anymore, or I think if it does, sorry, it does, but it's on the 4, it's not on the 8. I'm so used to using Shupe at the 8 carryover instead of the 4 carryover, of course, before that update took place. So it's just been a while since I've used Shupe, in all honesty. I think this is the first Shupe deck I've done in a very long time. So there might be some times in the games where I'm saying like, oh, how come I can't get Shupe carryover at 8 because it's at 4, and I know that. Next we got Falibor. Falibor's always been good. Again, that's the same thing similar to the overall mechanic of Siege engines, is they're good at being able to wear their opponent's field down, getting rid of their engines and such. So Falibor's really good for that power swing. And also the reason why I got rid of Philippa, it's not here instead of that, it's Royal Decree. Radia here has actually saved me a little bit, and I usually use her for the neutral stratagems. And a card that's really good that saved me a couple times actually is the Cursed Scroll, where I've managed to draw a really good card so I can dip like a very weak card for it. So Radia is really good for providing that sort of flexibility in terms of manipulating your hand. Because let's say you end up with a really bad card, if you can draw Cursed Scroll from her, then that's actually pretty good. So you can try and draw for it. Another reason why I got Royal Decree, in case I draw into Royal Decree, in which case I can use it to get an even more powerful gold. So it kind of like, increases my chances of getting the cards that I want. So that's really what I use Radia for. I rarely use her for the faction stratagem because it's just really shields. And Siege engines, like, they don't need to stay on the field for that long, in all honesty. Except maybe the Reinforced Trebuchet. But if the Cursed Scroll doesn't work out, the Lamp of Jinn is also not so bad. So that is a 13-point card, which is pretty nice. Next is Bloody Baron. Bloody Baron is good for that reset. You can use it to reset your opponent if they get too tall, or you can use it to reset one of your own units if they get too weak. Because you have cards like Radia and Falibor, which can get hit pretty hard without dying. You can use Bloody Baron to restore their power back up and pretty much nullify those effects. Mata is there. You have to draw one of these two cards, of course. Unless they're both in your hand, then you draw Falibor. So it's good to keep her around, honestly. Makes your opponent draw a 4 provision card, which you know that they have. So I mean, unless you pass, then chances are they'll probably either draw it out or keep it. Next is Untitled. Untitled is good for thinning out warfare decks that you might not need. So usually I use him for boiling oil if I want to remove a pretty powerful engine from my opponent's out of the field. Sometimes I would use it for reinforcements, which is good for creating extra engines, like, you know, extra reinforced trebuchet if you need that third one. You can use it to make a second Caro ballista or reinforced ballista. Not to mention it's good in using up a scenario from siege. So I like having reinforcements. It's nice. Coming down to the golds, this is where I was talking about, like, you want to create a strong round 1. So the cards that sort of make that up are, you got the Temerian Drummer, which is a boosting engine. You have a Kaedweni Sergeant, which is just a straight up boost, but it's still not so bad. You got Redanian Knight, which is also a boosting engine. And this card actually packs quite the punch. Like, you do start out weak with it, but if your opponent can't deal with it, then of course it's going to get even stronger. Sometimes your opponent tends to wait until like turn 3 or turn 4 until they use like a removal card on it, like for example a Stunning Blow, which makes sense of course because you don't want to remove a card that's just at 1 power. It's really not going to do them any good. If you're facing against Nilfgaard, it's going to get tourney jousted, but in all honesty, it's good to get rid of it in your hand. You do not want to have it late game. This card benefits in the long con, so you want to use this either as early, you want to use this as early as possible in the long game. So next you got the Lyrian Arbalist, and I also added in an Aretuza Adept because I got a couple of cards in here that have charges. So Aretuza Adept is good to keep around. It also sort of gives your opponent the mindset that you might not have siege engines, like this could just be a weird ass shupe deck, but they see that my hero power is mobilization, so it is going to be a shupe deck. But Aretuza Adept is again good. It's a sort of a makeshift engine, like it's pretty much an extra like Lyrian Arbalist or an extra reinforced ballista, you know. So it's good for that pretty much. Again, these cards can get destroyed, but in all honesty, that's why you play them in the first round. These cards are really meant for the first round. They do generate points, which are good. And most of the times, opponents don't tend to commit that much in the first round anyway. So this kind of play actually makes it think that you're committing a lot in the first round, but you're really not. So that's actually really good in that sense. Extra cards here is Reinforced Trebuchet is here. Now, this is usually a card that you would think that I would play with the first round engines, but not quite. I use this, of course, for Siege because you do spawn a Reinforced Trebuchet. That's usually the target for my hero power. So whenever I play Siege, it's almost a guarantee that I'm going to play Mobilization because there's really no other opportunity I'm going to get to play it. The unfortunate thing about this sometimes is if you're forced to play Siege on the second round. That's why I always play my hero power as a sort of reactive move. I never do it unless I see that my opponent has played their hero power first, so that I sort of know that they've already committed. And that means they're pretty much committing, and I still have pretty strong cards to end around. Like if I still have Shupe Stay Off waiting in the deck, Radia waiting in the deck, Falibor, Bloody Baron, like these are pretty powerful power swing cards. So, you know, it's good to be able to, you know, use that, and it's another source of deck, which is nice. To fill out the deck, I just put in an Erdinian Mauler. Opponents don't tend to try and get rid of this. They try to get rid of the more valuable engines. Well, if they do get rid of this, it makes me happy because it's one less removal cards from my actual engines when they come in the third round. So it's sort of a good thing because your opponents, if they don't want to get hit in the first round, they will have to use removal cards on my engines. Then in the third round, usually that would mean my siege engines are good to go. If they decide to not commit so much in the first round, which means not remove my engines, I could put them in a situation where they're down 1 card for the third round by me just dry passing. And in all honesty, I try to play very resourcefully. So if I see an opportunity for my opponent to go 1 down, I will take it in a heartbeat. Of course, gotta have 1 unit bombardment, of course, for, again, could be a draw from Untitled. It could also be just play on its own if you have all these siege engines swarming the board, which is pretty nice. So that's that. Where is it? Crew ladder, or siege ladder, I should say. Do I not have that here? I don't think I have it here. Okay, I think I had it here, but I think I took it out. Okay, no, that's fine. So yeah, so this is actually a pretty strong deck in being able to ping on your opponent's swarm decks, which is really nice. The tough part is if you're kind of forced to use one of these very strong cards, like as best as you can, try to avoid having to use one of these cards. If anything, Radia might be okay to play sort of in the second round if you're looking for a strong power swing. Mata as well if you're looking to draw like that extra card. Shupe stay off, maybe, because you still have, as long as you keep one of these two for the third round, and if that's the case, make sure they have a pretty strong support, I'm talking about support like a Falibor or a Bloody Baron, or a combination of these bronze cards that can generate a lot of power. So this deck is actually pretty decent. I've seen quite a few players play this. There's been versions where they use Pincer Maneuver instead of Mobilization, and that's also a pretty viable option as well. It is one provision less, so you kind of have to sort of work around that, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. But yeah, so this is sort of the deck list breakdown for Mobilization, and I'll take you guys over to the games. Oh boy, I am going second, so I can set the field here a little bit. I can keep this. Matakin draws Shupe, which isn't so bad. You probably want to start with our like non-combo engines. Okay, I should have gotten rid of the reinforced trebuchet actually. Armored Jakar, is it gonna boost it? It's fine if he does.
Let's give up now.
He's probably gonna do everything to put his units in the melee row. Just because he knows that this is some sort of siege engine, and he's obviously gonna have expected trebuchet coming in.
Accept our sacrifice. Have a now. Ask questions later.
I have an Aretuza, but I don't have a charge to go with it. I didn't try. I should have tried for my reinforced ballista. I completely forgot that I had a reinforced trebuchet that you don't really want to have here, because you want to save this for mobilization. I mean, you could also save it for the battering ram, I suppose, but you know, it'd be better if you have 2 reinforced trebuchets. If he had a card like Stunning Blow, he would use it right now. That's fine.
This dance you will never forget.
Both Shupe and the siege engine, it's nice. The Caro Ballista I can afford to get rid of. I don't really need to keep it here.
One for potions, one for soup. One for potions, one for soup.
Again and again and again.
Like I said, if he had removal, he would have already used it. Unless he's waiting for... Okay, he was waiting. He was waiting. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I should have gotten rid of both of these. I didn't even try to do it. Okay, so at least I got rid of most of his removal. I still think this is Artifact Druid. He didn't show me that many gems, but I'm still kind of certain that this is Artifact Druid. Yeah, John Natalis, I have to get rid of this. I mean, I can use it for Royal Decree, I suppose, but... Okay, so now I'm good actually with my Aretuza at debt, so this is fine by me. I just don't know if he's gonna dry pass or if he's gonna play. I don't think he'll dry pass. I think he will try, because he has to set up. He still has to play his Wisp Mother, and he still has to play Ermion. I don't even know if he drew them. If he doesn't draw them, it's gonna suck, because I'm not gonna destroy his what you call it. I'm not gonna destroy Ermion if he plays it on round 3. Oh, that's fair. I do have Bloody Baron now, so I'm good for the resets. I don't know, he could play Ermion into Freya's Blessing into the Svalbard Priest. If that's the case, then he's definitely gonna want to stick around for a little longer. That's annoying. That's kind of annoying. Oh well, actually that's fine by me. I do get rid of sort of my useless, well I wouldn't say useless, but like weak engines. There's his Svalbard Priest. I think I jaunt Natalis here into the boiling oil.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
So is this not Crow Druid? Because he hasn't played his Crow Mother, nor has he played his Ermion. And those are usually the setups for round 3. He could be trying to thin my deck a little bit. He's very reactive in his plays right now. He's playing quite reactively. I might just have to play my Aratuza a debt. Because at this point, it's not going to do me any good. I might just also... I don't know what I would roll the Kree after, too. Maybe... Really, an Arbalest is kind of useless. Maybe Radia. If anything, I might have to roll the Kree Radia. Yeah, there it is. So he is setting up. Okay.
I can help you if you wish.
Bow before mortal Freya.
Yeah, there's the setup. That's okay though. I have Bloody Baron. You think he'd be trying to play me out here? I'll do neutral.
For you, a very special item I have. A surprise.
I like this one. It's a 13-point card. I like it. My faction stratagem doesn't really do much for me. Okay, so he is trying to play me out, huh? Should I try to go for yeah, what if I try to go for carryover? Wait, is that still a thing? No, it's not a thing, is it? Never mind. I'll just do Shoot Knight then. I was gonna say, I don't think this card does carryover anymore. Who would he second wind if he had the chance? Not a strong card. Oh, that's fine.
Not you again. Gather my men.
I wonder what that did for him. I know like he tried to bleed. I need siege engines. Okay, no, not you. Oh boy. I guess you're fine actually. It's not like I'm hoping to get bombardment, but I don't want to risk drawing into the Banard Tutor, so I'm gonna keep this hand actually. At least I have a starting turn with Radovid's Royal Guard.
Present arms.
He might try for his like 33-point play here. Yeah, here comes the 33-point play. He doesn't bring back Ermion though. That's kind of surprising. But he does get a Druid, which will activate his Crows.
That is your brilliant move. Truly.
The good news is I do have last say though, so You know, as long as I can tough it out, I should be okay. Ooh, big mistake. Big mistake, buddy. Probably he has another druid to boost his, yeah, he probably will have it. And then what's his third one? Mardro M, right? Yeah. There's Morkvarg. That doesn't really matter too much because he's still kind of activated, so it's not a big deal for me. Do I want to play Reinforcements? No, I think I played it. I don't think it matters, really. Ooh, look at that. Siege is actually pretty powerful. I like Siege. And this is a shupe deck, too. I don't think he's gonna be able to beat me. Because, I mean, again, because like, if I was using, like, the control elves, it was a little bit tougher because it's control versus control, right? Like, you have to be able to out-control your opponent. Whereas Siege is so good at being able to remove your opponent's deck, it's actually really good. I like playing against Skellige. I like playing against Second Wind. They're so much fun to play against. I have the boosters, so I don't have my... Well, actually, it doesn't matter who they boost, in all honesty. I didn't get them out here anyway. Yeah. I want to get rid of those cards. Wait, did I get rid of my... Oh, I got rid of my Reinforced Ballista for this thing. That's okay. I have Kedwini Sergeant for the boost anyway. I think I have a chance of being able to take round 1. Actually, no, I have this for Lear and Arbalest too, so I think I'm good. Armored Drakkar? Okay.
Let's give up now.
Again, Stunning Blow was something I'm expecting. Stunning Blow, Bloodthirst. Sorry, what's that? I forgot the name of that card. He has Stunning Blow for sure, is a card for dead removal, and Gutting Slash, that's the one. Usually I play my engines first round, and sieges are for second. Not to mistake siege engines with engines, you know. Good play on the Raging Bear there. It's like I'm commentating. It's like, I know it's a good play, but I still say it's a good play, you know? Because usually a mistake that I make is I play the Armored Drakkar before the Raging Bear, and that kind of sucks. Okay, so he is setting up immediately.
I hear your feathers whisper.
Actually, I should be targeting these. So I can prevent his druids from getting damage, you know? You're lucky I don't have John Natalis. You are lucky I don't have John Natalis.
We dance, for young is the night.
I'm still keeping up, so I'm still good. I think Kedwini Sergeant comes next. And here's his Natalis, so he's looking for his artifact too. Just don't make me draw my oh no, my Reinforced Trebuchet is not coming out from this. This one's fine, actually.
Stand and fight.
If I can get card advantage plus a really good hand for the next turn, then I'm gonna go all out. Because the thing is, he hasn't played Ermion yet, so he doesn't really have a target for Second Wind. Oh, there's Delirium. I guess it does matter, but like, come on. That's fine though.
Again and again and again.
I don't know whether or not I can win with one card is tough. I might have to play Caro Ballista. Yeah, I might have to play Caro Ballista here. Because I don't want to get caught waiting an extra round. That way if he does decide to pass and I do play this card and I don't... Oh, I don't know if that'll be enough though. Nah, we'll see. Mata. I still have plenty of good cards left in the deck, so... Yeah, that was a good concoction. So I'd be at 30, 31, 32, 33, 30. So I'd be at 34 to his 46. That might be too low. Yeah, I'll pass. He might try to go all out here. He might. If he does, it's gonna be a bit of a problem for me. We have to get rid of him. Okay, Radia here is good. I need these three cards to I need 3 of these cards to come out though. I think he's gonna play. He has to play Ermion still. He's yet to play Ermion. Foulblood Totem? Interesting. That's not a card that you often see in a deck like this. Hold on, is this a Shupe deck too? This could be a Shupe deck. This really could be a Shupe deck. Again, we're seeing more of those Shupe decks, honestly. There's Ermion.
I can help you if you wish.
Or as you would say, mouse sack. Picked up a lot of tempo there. Picked up a lot of tempo there.
The mysteries of this world, boundless they are.
Well, I can't stop this one from happening. I also don't feel like destroying Ermion either, so... He might pass from this. Didn't think so.
He's ever tried swimming in armor?
So he's setting up. Okay, that's good to know.
Fall overboard and I'm not jumping in after
He'll
you.
probably... this is where he plays his siege, for sure.
Redanian on a ship's like a fish out of water.
I guess I Falibor? It's not that big of a swing, but it's a big enough swing. I mean, there's only one reason why he would destroy both cards, both the Crow Mother and the Ermion. He's going to play his artifact. If he does, then I'm ready. If he does, I'm ready. There it is.
The shupppeeEE or false shupppeeEE.
Yep, there it is. If he passes, then I win. I can win the next one. I mean, it does suck that I have to play a card. Yeah. So I still have Shupe though. Shupe's still available, and I'm pretty certain this is a Shupe deck. Well, who to play actually? Who to play? Because I thought about playing reinforcements here because I thought if I could draw like my other bullet siege engines it would be cool, but I also need to draw my golds as well. Maybe. I think I just play the straight up battering ram, don't I? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because again, I have siege engines I can still play, but the thing is, if he destroys my if he manages to destroy my siege engines, I'm actually screwed. So I might mulligan one if I draw John Natalis, but I do need Shupe and Bloody Baron, 100%. Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, so I can get rid of reinforcements then. Thinking of also getting rid of bombardment. Yeah, we get rid of bombardment. Because John Natalis gives us that flexibility, so I like it. John Natalis gives us that flexibility. So he's used up pretty much all of his power. Again, he could still have a Shupe. That's what kind of worries me here a little bit. Is he could still have a Shupe. Okay, so this has to be boiling oil.
They need us.
Temeria has yet to speak its last.
Like, I have to get rid of this. I think one of those cards is gonna be Morkvarg. That's a shame.
Accept our sacrifice.
Oh, I should have. I don't think it matters. I don't think I win. Because if this is a Shupe, then he's got it. If this is a Shupe. It wasn't enough. Ooh, that was tight. If it was a Shupe, he would have gotten me, but like, cause this really looked like a Shupe deck, but he had a second Spellbound pre, so I don't think it was. That was a really good game. That's pretty close. Alright, so that's gonna be my showcasing for the Shupe Siege Engines deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more content. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.